community stuff. Membership, Des is away. International, Des is away. Secretary, Arun, please come on down and tell us stuff.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Arun, I'm the secretary for Lilydale Rotary. The next thing that's coming up is this Sunday, the 19th, the Bunnings Barbecue. The roster link has been sent out. So if you don't have it, let me know. I can send it again. And if you're free, put your names down. It has been pretty good. The last 3 times we've done it, we've raised anywhere between $700, $800 up to about $900. There, yeah. All 3 times we've sold out, and no, definitely way more than that for now. So it's been pretty successful. I think it's a good thing that we got onto it. And then the board meeting is on next week. We meet at the RSL, and you're more than welcome to come along. And we also can set up online if anyone wants to have a look. Other than that, the market, hopefully we can get the weather right again. This time we got duped. But yeah, hopefully the November. But in saying that, it is the long weekend Sunday. It's a long weekend. That's not a long weekend. That's good. Or the other way around. It's not a long weekend, but it is a long weekend. Yeah. So yeah. So either way, we'll just run it and see what happens. Yeah. And then Jerry and Anne are working with Simon to kickstart the Wishing Tree appeal for this year. So that's nearly well on the way, isn't it, Simon? You can give us an update. Yeah. And that's it. And yeah, we're still working with the Lilydale Street Fair to have this December market over there. So we are meeting with Beck, I think this Saturday, if I'm not wrong, to catch up with her and just sort all that out. Yeah, I think that's it from me. And yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Go for it.
Thanks, Arun. Just a few little reminders. The 28th, we've got our Rider Day out at Box Hill TAFE at the Lilydale campus. Also a reminder that the grand final for the primary school speech competition or contest is on the 26th of November at Doncaster, somewhere in Doncaster Secondary School, at the college, I think it is. And Arun touched on the Wishing Tree. I've had a couple of meetings with Jerry and Anne, and has begun reaching out to businesses that had been involved in it over the last 4 or 5 years. And the response, as always, has been really positive. So anyone that had been involved with it last year is very eager to be involved again this year. And we've also got a couple of other organisations that want to be involved that hadn't previously. As I continue to meet with them and I get a better understanding of the demand and the requirements of managing this behemoth, I'll certainly be reaching out to members for some support. Cheryl, I think one of the things, if I can catch you after tonight, is where we're going to collect all the toys. I know that there's some suggestion about a storage unit. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simon. Okay, is there anybody else who, because we've got Judith's not here, Marg, is Marg in a position to say anything? Does she need to?
Mark, you want to say anything?
No, all good.
Okay. You're the voice out of the sky, Marg.
No, all's good.
All's good. Wonderful. Good to hear from you. Okay. Then what I might do is, how about if we move to, would you guys like to come up? Have you had your dinner? Is it finished? Oh, not quite, not quite. No, okay. Michelle, how about we put you on next, eh? You in a position to do that? So
Indian.
plenty of time, plenty of time. And we're going fine. So that means if you take, you know, 15 minutes or so, it's still going to give Steve some time. Is that going to work for you?
You'll have me for as long as you got me.
And
I've just got an introduction to me.
yes, I'm getting there.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But as I just got to go ahead and do this now with you here, thank you very much. Michelle started judo in Papua New Guinea back in '62, and I think that was a brilliant year to be in Papua New Guinea because I was there in 1962 as well, but we didn't meet. Well, not that I know about anyway, unless you were at the Lutheran Mission at WOW. She represented Victoria at the Nationals over 5 years, winning gold, 3 silver and 1 bronze. She's also been chosen in the Australian team competing at the British Open and Pac Rim, coming 5th in both competitions. Sounds like a pretty fit, capable lady, doesn't it? Michelle now competes at Masters competitions. She represented Australia at the World Masters in 2013 and at the Oceania Championships in 2016. This is getting bigger and bigger as you get older, isn't it? This is really scary. In 2018, she earned her 6th degree black belt, the highest ranked female in Victoria. And in 22, she has achieved her international judge qualifications in Qatar, the formal part of judo. So as a highly talented lady, boy, and we've got her down there in that little shed in Lilydale. Isn't it amazing? So welcome and thank you very much for your time. Go for it.
Thanks for the invitation so that we can share what we do at the youth club. As Steve will be doing, he'll be showing the boxing side of it. I'm doing the judo side of it. We work very well together. So if you can see up there, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a background in judo. Obviously, having done judo for as many years as I've been doing it, 64 years, it's part of my life. And it's really interesting when you actually look at, read up about it. The background of it is the person who started it, Dr. Jigoro Kano, was using the best use of energy. If you want to go to the next slide, please, while you're reading, is using your best use of energy with the least amount of effort and, of course, mutual welfare and benefit. So you're looking at it is a lifestyle. The overall goal of the founder of judo was to actually live in harmony. Most people who think of martial arts think the opposite, that we're out there to attack. But from judo, it is a sport and it is a way of life. Judo was introduced. You want to go to the next one?
Yep.
Thank
You
you.
all do it.
Okay, except I've got 2 on each page, mate. Judo was introduced in the Olympics back in 1964 in Japan, only the men, because judo being a Japanese sport, the females were not allowed to do it in the open. They were not allowed to compete in the open. They could do it behind closed doors. And it was not until 1988 that females were able to compete at the Olympics. And one of the ladies, Sue Williams, who was in the Australian team when I toured Europe, she won gold in Seoul when it was just a demonstration sport. So it wasn't an official gold medal because it was a demonstration sport. We have a moral code in judo, and we're looking at the values of self-control, honour, patience, honesty, courage, friendship, courtesy, humility and respect. Each year we go through in term 1 the values and explain them to the kids and to show them how important they are on the judo mat as well as in life. Respect being the most important value that we really push. At the beginning and end of every session, we start by bowing to the founder of judo. And we've actually added my old coach who died last year, but spent the last 25 years helping me teach out at Lilydale. And you'll see his picture in the next slide. And that we actually put them up side by side, and all our members, to show respect, we bow because it is a Japanese culture. And we bow to the Kamiza, which is Dr. Jigoro Kano. We bow to Rodney, who was my coach and the coach of a lot of the members. And of course, you then bow to your teachers, your coaches. We are called sensei. And all the way during the class, when they have a partner, they bow. When they finish, they bow. So it is the mark of respect. And if you want to go to the next one of our members actually duplicated the frame and made sure that they are both up there together with exactly the same type of picture. One old in black and white, one nicely coloured, which was Rodney with that beautiful smile on his face. No hassle. Okay, I gave my history a little bit. You said before, I started judo when I was only 6 years old. When I shifted to Melbourne at the age of 15, my coach, Rod Cox, and I would drive all the way out to Lilydale to teach the children kata, because in those days, females were treated differently and we were not allowed to compete for our gradings. We had to demonstrate kata. And unbeknownst to me, 15 years later, I would be asked to take over the club. So I can remember coming down from Churnside Park, which of course was black because there wasn't anything there, into the darkness, into the nice town of Lilydale. So it was beautiful. What we offer at our club, we have training and kata. We train on a Monday night and a Friday night. Monday night, we're getting 30, 34 kids coming along, and I think there would have been about 16 to 20 seniors on Monday night training. And on a Friday night, we do the formal part of judo, and we usually only have about 8 or 9 because it's the formal part and it's what you have to do for your gradings. So as soon as you go for your black belt, kata starts to kick in. And I've got visiting people from other clubs that come out to Lilydale to train, getting ready for their gradings. We have 6 qualified coaches and we have 5 Dan grades. So Dan grade means 5 black belts. And I've got all their mug shots. So if we go through, there's my smiling face. We have Shihai, who's come from the Kodokan, the headquarters in Tokyo.
Yeah.
He came in 2018. And then our next coaches is a homegrown ones. We've got Chris and we've got Nick. They got their first Dan about 3 years ago. And then we've got Francis, who actually got his black belt this year. And we've got Lael, who is actually a 5th Dan Aikido coach. And she's learning the art of judo and she's going for her brown belt this year. Another thing we offer, we do mid-year and end-of-year competitions. And one of our nice parents actually built the podiums you can see there, and I got to paint our logo on it. But it's a beautiful one where the kids can stand proudly and receive their medals. As you can see, they go from very little kids. And if you go to the next slide, we get them bigger and bigger. And of course, we've got seniors. And I think, is that Aaron there, Ian? That looks like it. So as you can see, we cater for all sizes. And in judo, it is by your weight to try to make it as even as possible. The formal part of judo is kata. I'm the chair of the Judo Victoria Kata Commission. We run 4 kata seminars each year. We try to do what we do one every term. I'm an international kata judge and I judge kata at the Nationals and at the Australian International Open competition. And the next picture, we've got these are 2 of the kata seminars we run. And as you can see, we've got lots of different shapes and sizes, little kids we've got one of the youngest kids doing Carter. He started when he was only 8 or 9. He's been competing for 3 years, and you can see some little ones there. And they compete at nationals as well. We also run bi-monthly Carter competitions. Last year we had 2 members compete, and this is for the Judo Victoria. We won a total of 3 silver medals and one of them at the state titles. And of course, these 8 and 9-year-olds compete with up to under 18s. So you can see they're doing pretty good. Shiai is the actual fighting or the competition part of judo. We encourage our members to compete at the bi-monthly Judo Victoria competitions. In the past, our members have made the state team and Australian team. And so here we've got, last year we had 12 members compete, and we won a total of 6 gold medals, 8 silver medals and 9 bronze medals. And so, and we have a bit of fun. And the good thing is I run 2 clubs. I actually have another club in Hawthorn, which I took over when I was 15 years old and still teaching it. And 3 of their black belts actually come and coach our kids, and they're there to support them. We also run gradings. We actively prepare our members for their gradings. We run 2 gradings within the club each year. Judo Victoria actually grade to black belt. In the last 4 years, we've had 3 members pass their first Dan. And this is a picture of our latest student. He started judo with me in prep at Lilydale Primary School because that's where I'm a teacher. And when I had him in my classroom in grade 5, he actually joined the judo club. And this is him presenting his kata at his grading. How we help. We run a raffle each year to raise funds to help families who are struggling by offering 50% discounts or even free classes. All children who qualify to represent the state are presented a blue gi. Because at the Olympics, it is in boxing, it's written blue corner, isn't it? We have blue and white gis. And so to save the parents a bit, we give them a blue gi. We also give families financial help to cover the expenses of nationals or interstate competitions. Our community involvement. We had Aaron Violi come and visit the judo club, and I very quickly whipped off my jacket, if you look at the next one, while he's still eating. Whipped off my jacket, and I allowed, he didn't get to wear my belt, but you have to earn that one. And Shio was beautiful. He jumped beautifully, so it looked like Aaron threw it everywhere. And that was really good. Well, yes, so it was fantastic. We present a judo display at Lilydale Bunnings, and they've asked us back again this term, so we were trying to organise a date. Just at the back near the where you pay, we set up our mats, and we also present a judo display at the Lilydale show each year. We have a permanent mat area at our club now, and 120 mats laid down. They only get lifted up when the boxing section run a competition. And so from our point of view, it is really good. And the last one, oh, you're 2 behind, mate. Oh. And that is a photo of our members at the end of last year. And the last one says, thank you. Oh, I had to be quick. Hi, yes, Jeroen, is it? Arun. Yes.
Is there a particular age to try and start judo?
It is very interesting. Shiai being Japanese, the Japanese culture is their kids at the age of 2 start getting onto the mat. And he calls his son the Terror because the other day he's all of 2.5, but we have him dressed up in a judo suit, and so he's learning to just move around. He's got an older brother, Teo, who did exactly the same. And this poor Shiai, he was demonstrating a beautiful hold down on one of the kids, and suddenly this 2.5-year-old sprang up, jumped on his back, and it was just beautiful, just seeing how comfortable and relaxed they are on the judo mat. So usually I'll say prep, but if the parents are prepared to get on the mat and help, we do take kinder kids, not any younger. When you've got 30 kids on the mat, mate, they get lost.
What's the big difference between
Okay, karate, punch and kick. We throw, pin you on the ground, wrestle, and 15 years and older, we can actually try to strangle, which you submit. We don't strangle them out. Or we put an arm lock. We're only allowed to lock the elbow, being the simplest joint in the body. Less injury. And then as soon as it hurts, you just tap out. Okay? Barbara? Yeah. Muay Thai, yes. You can answer that one. Yeah, it's not judo.
There you go.
Yes.
Why is it because there's a lot of boys and men? Are you getting a influx of girls into
The Judo Victoria have 20% girls. My club in Hawthorn has 80% girls.
Oh, wow.
Because we have a lot of the Chinese kids, and for some reason we just keep on getting. One time it was almost 90%, but we've got a few boys have infiltrated and they've joined. But out of our way, we've got quite a few girls in there.
Did the boys compete against girls? Is it
At competitions in the under nines, yes, but we try to separate them because a lot of the boys have got that little bit more aggression and the girls are a bit quieter. But all the way through, no, we don't compete with each other, but we definitely train with each other. There's no difference in the club. From my point of view, I trained in a club where I was the only girl. And what an advantage, because the guys my weight were much faster and stronger than me, and I still had to beat them. And that helped me when I fought females. It was a little bit easier.
I was going to ask you, you said they get, when they go off the competition, that you folks supply them with a blue gi.
Yeah, when they actually make the state team,
Gi is
a judo suit.
Here?
A judo gi, yes. Yep.
And the other one too was, I was wondering, you were saying about that, the difference between
Yep.
kata being, is that a demonstration? Or
It is a set of moves that you actually learn. The first kata that we usually teach is a throwing kata.
So it's
and
a
there's-
sequence of actions that they've got to get right.
They have to do it, and it's exactly the same move and then the exact right step. You throw right-handed, left-handed. Person has to be able to take the fall. You have to demonstrate unbalance. And that's just the first kata. And then you've got the next one is a groundwork kata.
Oh, thank you.
So that's the formal part of judo. Whereas you know what's going to happen next. Yeah, you know what's going to happen next in Shiai, in competition, you never know what's going to happen.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much. You want to tell us about boxing side of it? Go for it. Thanks.
Okay, so while I get the slides going, just give you a bit of my background. It's kind of relates to what I do at the moment now. So as a 12-year-old, I'd immigrated from Ireland to Australia when I was 9. So I had a very rough time when I got here. So a lot of bullying and stuff like that, and just family. We'd sold everything from Ireland to get here, so it was kind of living at what we could. But we were happy with that. But it's just bullying and stuff had kicked in, and as a young boy, I got a lot of aggression in me, got a lot of anger, releasing that out in the wrong ways through school. And it was a blessing in disguise. They sent me to a youth club to do an anger management course, which I absolutely hated. But what I discovered was there was a boxing gym attached to it. So whenever we had a break, there's a boxing gym there, and I kept logging in, and that looks awesome. And the trainer was Nick. And so I asked Nick on the first night of my course, could I start boxing with you guys? And Nick's response was, no, we don't train kids. We don't train. So for the next 8 weeks, I was made to go to this anger management course. I would ask Nick every week. And finally he said, okay, if you can hold a badge, you can join in. So it was a massive turning point in my life. It turned my life around to give me focus, direction. Still wasn't great at school throughout all my schooling, but what boxing done to me is gave me massive focus, gave me something to aim at all the time, and knew the hard work I put in, I would then get back in return. So from there, I started my carpentry apprenticeship and moved through the construction industry to then be in site manager for major constructions in the city, up to 300 people under me, up to $300 million projects. So for me, not being able to read and write, still to the fact that I can't use computers, I learned through boxing and through work that whatever you do, you can make allowances. You can change things in yourself to understand things the way you need to understand them. So that kind of full circle to bring me back to where we are now. So I'll go through a little bit of Lightning Fight Centres. So Lightning Fight Centres were operating for over 30 years. So we started originally in Bayswater, and then we moved along to Lilydale. So Joe Marn was the original trainer at Lilydale. So Joe passed away a few years ago, but he was a huge influence on myself and Nick, and very well respected in the boxing industry. So we provide a safe provides us with a venue that we can host safe events for amateur boxing. So we have actually now, myself and Nick are now on the board of Victorian Amateur Boxing League. And we're also on the board of ANABA, which is the Australian Amateur Boxing Association. So we now offer a safe space through the work that Rotary done. We can now facilitate having events down there. So it opens up a lot for us for training and so forth like that. Yeah, next one. So a couple of photos there. So Nick Lund is the founder and head trainer. Nick is a former world kickboxing champion. He's trained for professional boxing champion. As I said, he's president of the Victorian Amateur Boxing League. His main focus is to kind of guide and nurture people through to amateur level right through to international level. So at the moment, Nick is over in England. So one of our guys is over in England fighting for a world title. From there, he gets back. We've just had a guy come back from Papua New Guinea and also to Tahiti for fights. So we've grown from a small area like that where now we're in control to send people overseas. So yeah, Nick is very accomplished, very community minded. Next one, sir. So kids classes, we started kids classes a few years ago. It's more so that get young kids, not so much about learning how to fight, but more so about giving them confidence and a bit of direction to see the mum and dad coming down. Okay, they like to get fit. It's run by my daughter and Nick's daughter as well at times. So it's just a matter of trying to get the kids active and give them something to focus on, and it actually works very well. So we're running that 2 nights a week now, and hopefully we'll increase as we get some more kids in there. So we generally have about 30 kids. So so again, next one, sorry. So as you see with the facilities, we've now, through a lot of hard work, we've now got 2 full-size boxing rings. We've got over 30 bags. Most nights we have between 30 and 50 people training, depending on time-wise after footy and stuff. We end up getting a lot more. In the middle of winter, we might drop down to about 20. Yeah, we're getting a lot of numbers through. See the smaller gym on the left-hand side there is what Rotary helped us out with. That was our original boxing gym. So that we had that for over 20 years before we got access to the basketball courts. And since we've got the basketball courts now, we've got the full judo mats next to it. So what it allows us to do, we've got that boxing ring now on wheels and casters. So when we have an event, we move that into the centre of the building. We have a boxing event and pack it up and move it again back that night. So it does allow us to, facilities-wise, we have all that area now, which is really good. So the gym has produced multiple Victorian and Australian boxing champions, continues a very strong gym. This year we have had boxers competing in Queensland, New South Wales, Tasmania. We also had teams in New Zealand, Tahiti, England, Sri Lanka, Papua New Guinea. And in December, we're sending a team to Dubai for the world titles. From a small little gym, we've grown into something that has now progressed into being a fully fledged boxing gym that's now progressing right through world ranks, which is really good. So with Lilydale Fight Centre, we are closely with local communities. So just a background, I had a brain injury 3 years ago where I lost all my right side, couldn't walk and talk for over a year. The first thing that came back to me was boxing. So I was able to punch a bag, but I couldn't actually get myself dressed. So through all my work, physios have all guided me back into boxing because that's one thing that really stands up with me. And it's been a part of my recovery over the last 3 years to actually be heavily involved in the boxing now. So as well as helping me, it also opens it up for me to be able to help the community. So Siri come down once a week. So Siri Community School, again, probably the best school to teach because of their background. You give them a bit of confidence, and the growth that you see out of them is a lot more than when the kids are just brought down from normal high school. So I work very closely with Siri, and good to know that a lot of their students still come and train with me. So Lilydale High School have now have boxing as part of the curriculum for Year 9. So every Year 9 student comes down, does boxing sessions. It's generally very funny because the teachers will let me know who the big footy guy is that is the most sporty person there, and he's the one that will crush and do the most push-ups and put them back in line. So it works out really well, but they enjoy it. As well as the numerous other schools, we work a lot of services such as Angler Care, where we help people assist in coming back to boxing. So how we kind of manage this is Angler Care will get in touch with us with, it could be family violence, it could be poverty, it could be anything like that. No one else in the gym needs to know about it. We just introduce them slowly and get them to a stage where they don't know that anyone in the gym doesn't know that they're from Angler Care, or we let them train for free, but we also guide them through life as well. So it is really good just to give them that little bit of outlet, even if it's not something that they enjoy. They might not enjoy boxing, but just having the outlet, seeing the community, getting us to help up, pack up at the end of the night. They respect that we've given them something for free, and I always help them. I always make sure they stay back with me and give them a bit of chat at the end and a bit of a pep talk because those slight words sometimes can change somebody, and that's what it's done to me. And as I said, full circle moment. You go back and give those people a little bit of credit. I think a lot of time at the moment, youth justice and youth crime is a big issue, but we forget sometimes to give the kids that are doing the right thing a pat on the back. So it is important, and give that little bit of emphasis on helping them out and ensuring that they have a good experience. So I think that's probably one of the main things that I look after now. So as well as kids development, international stuff, but my main focus at the times is through helping people in need. So so other than that, I think that was my last one, was it? Yeah, other than that, we have obviously offer service to everybody, but what my biggest takeout of having a building like this, and we thank Rotary for helping us renovate it and do all that, but a small building like this, I tell all my guys, it doesn't matter what equipment you have. You can go, like we go to the other side of the city, and Lester Ellis's sons have 3 huge gyms, mirrors everywhere. They've got the best of equipment, all the matting, all the bags, speakers, they have a DJ playing, and we beat them every time we go over there. So I always say it's not about the equipment you have, it's about the desire you have to want to do something and the encouragement that you have. We don't pat them up so much that they think they're superheroes, but we work hard so they know they have to work harder. Okay, and out of that gym, we've got Harry Garside done all of his training there. So he's competed in the Olympics, won the first medal. The Maloney twins are both world champions in professional boxing. They come out of there. So it just shows that a small gym with just boxing bags and some basic equipment, with the right mentality, you're getting world champions out of it. So that's why it's critical that we have these kind of buildings in each community. And we appreciate your help to try and keep that going. So thanks a lot.
Questions for Steve?
Yeah.
Steve, can you just explain about the boxing centre? There was a split in the boxing management, etc. And I believe Lilydale have taken over.
Yeah, so the IBA used to run boxing in the Olympics. Now, there was a lot of politics with all sports, but there was a lot of corruption going back a few years ago. So the IBA got taken over by a new president and cleaned up the whole thing. But the IOC decided to go against most of the countries and went against the IBA, and have now got world boxing set up. So myself and Nick, well, mainly Nick, was approached by the IBA to become the new Australian wing of the IBA. So although we can't go to the Olympics, that's still a political thing. We now enter our boxers into all international competitions. So we've now sent kids over to the World Youth Games in Montenegro last year. So out of Lilydale there, we're now the Australian arm of all of the Australian boxing sending overseas. So it's a huge effort just from, again, a little shed in Lilydale. Yeah.
Just maybe visit.
Not so much. So Harry does a lot up in Sydney and stuff. He's got a lot of charities. So we see Harry a lot around. So he doesn't come down to train so much. So he trains more. He's trained with Brian Levere, trains in Heatherdale now. So he goes to Heatherdale a fair bit. But we meet him at cafes and stuff. And yeah, one of the guys that trains us is one of Harry's first guys that sponsored him. So Alan sponsored him when he was young. So yeah, he does come back, but not so much to train.
This might be a long question, so you can give me
That's
a
right.
short answer. I've always been fascinated how boxing is scored,
Yep.
but I don't understand. So, if you can, how do you get points? Is it because you landed a punch on their face or head, or how's it?
Yeah, so different professional and amateur. So amateur is judged on actually tagging the right areas. So sometimes people go, that guy was getting beaten up, but if you're not getting the tagged areas and people are just swinging, you're not going to score points. It's when you hit a clean shot in the body or a clean shot in the face, that's a scoring shot. So whereas in the professional, it's about damage. So professional ranks is about controlling the ring, doing as much damage to them as you can and controlling. So amateurs is more about flexibility, being speed, power, and controlling the ring, whereas professionals are more about trying to get that knockout blow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You mentioned the safe environment. I've always thought of boxing as safe.
Yeah. I have this conversation all the time. And
But I don't watch
Yeah.
much boxing either. I just see.
Yeah. So 90% of the people that come into our gym will never fight. So it's about fitness and stuff. So I have a good terminology. Alan Harford, I think you know Alan from around. So Alan Harford's daughter and son come down when they were 14 and 15. And Alan, being the strict dad, come down the following day. He did one of those boxes, beating up his kids and putting a bad impression on them. And Alan started training 2 weeks later and hasn't left. So the core of it is, a lot of it is about fitness. We get a lot of football clubs. I have Montrose seniors come down to do pre-season each year. They've got a former AFL player. A lot of it's not about punching. A lot of it's about discipline. It's a lot about repetitive stuff over long journeys, a lot of running. It takes about 2 years before we put people actually in the ring. And if you don't want to get in the ring, that's where 90% of our team, of our building is about not doing anything in the ring. So we have mums, we have kids, we have dads, we have disabled people. We had a guy in last year who walked in the door at 170 kilos and he's now 110. And he's never fought. He just comes down and gets fit, starts moving, and that's what it's all about. So yeah. People do think about violence.
Line of rows.
People do think about violence in sport, and yes, it can be a violent sport, but the reward you get out of the training doesn't need to be on the violent side either. You'll probably find most boxers, myself included, won't fight in the street because they know how dangerous it can be. They know the guy that looks like an accountant will get in there and absolutely tear you apart. So it gives you that respect to walk away. Yeah.
What's the ratio?
It changes a lot. So with the fighters, it's generally mostly men. So at the moment, I've got some really good females. So one of them I'm taking up to New South Wales next week. It is a lot harder to get females fighters. So I'll take her up to, but it's generally about, I'd say 90 to 10. But then in the kids' classes, a lot of the mums are now joining in with the kids. A lot of the mums are now joining in with the seniors as well. So it's, my wife was the trainer there for 10 years. So that's where we met. So she had a lot of females, obviously, when she was there as well. So.
You mentioned on your own journey that when you came out to Australia, do you find that there are some kids or a number of kids that take up boxing for that reason still? Yeah,
100%. And it's a lot of it's just parent focus. Parents will come down. It's not even about teaching them. I think they all get it. It's not about teaching them the violence. It's about giving them self-esteem, about being able to stand up for themselves and be confident. I think that's one of the biggest things. If you're confident in yourself, you can portray that. So, and if worst comes to worst, you can defend yourself. Yeah. But I think a lot of the time, it's not even about that. The parents will come down and after about a week, the kids are like, can you stop coming in? But
it just dropped me off.
Yeah. So then it's 4 or 6 months down the track, the parents will come in without the kids knowing, just knowing that now the schoolwork's getting a little bit better. They're getting up easier in the morning. They've got that thing to look out for at night time. They're going to go to boxing or Ollie's fighting this weekend, so I want to see how he's training and stuff like that. So without them knowing it, it does have a huge impact. And that's my journey that I went on. And I kind of see that at the gym as well. So Nick normally looks after all of the fighters. Anyone that's needing help or anyone that's needing directions, normally paired alongside with my group. And obviously that's my strength at the moment. So I'll kind of build on that as much as I can. Yeah.
Yeah, not a question, just a comment.
Mhm.
My grandson who turned 7 on Saturday started boxing.
Yeah.
last 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what.
We hear that so much from
Yeah.
kids. I think the two things that I've got to admire about Steve is what the hell did he do with that Irish accent? Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 6, and all my older brothers are about this high, with red hair and really thick Irish accents.
There you go.
My brothers have been on my job sites before
Yeah.
and got inducted, and they said, "Oh, I'm Stephen's brother." They're like, "No, you're not."
No, you're not.
So
And
yeah,
the other one, I would just love to be able to skip.
yeah.
I don't want to hit. I just love to be able to skip one. Yeah, thank you very much.
Now, thanks a lot. And yeah, appreciate Dominic, especially. We appreciate what you've done to the gym because it did make a massive impact. We still love that rustic look at the gym. It still looks like an old school boxing gym, but yeah, just appreciate all the work you've done. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. Wow. Okay.
Next week.
We-
Sorry,
Yes, we do.
just
Yeah.
that actually, I did forget to mention.
Yeah.
We work closely with Imperial First Aid. Just happened 2 years ago. We had a training course the week before. Next week we had a guy die in the gym. He had a heart attack. He had a heart failure. Not from training, just he had a heart failure and collapse. 2 of the students who took the course the week before actually had to do CPR for 45 minutes.
Oh,
Save
thank
his
you.
life. So
Oh, fantastic.
he has got a defib. Yeah, he did use the defib, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of the issues we do. Probably 10 years ago now. Since
Yeah.
But yeah, it just goes to show you that again that little trigger point that they learned the week before. Yeah, saved his life. So.
How empowering for them to be able to do that too. Thank you. Are you guys ready? Would you like to come down? I'd love to hear from Bramwell and Agnes a little bit about just a few minutes. Just tell us why you're here. That'd be lovely. Thank you. Come on down. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to Lilydale Rotary.
Yeah, I think I'll give a chance first.
Hi guys. So my name is Agnes. I'm a friend of Bramwell. We stay in the same place in Murubak. And he's mentioned so many times that he was in Rotary in Kenya while in university doing his bachelor's. And it really interested me. I was like, if you do get a club, I'd like to come and see. And he mentioned it last week that he got a place. I was like, I'll tag along if you come, and that's why I'm here. So it's really a nice place. And
So are you saying that you're from the university in Kenya or you're here at our university?
I'm here in the university.
Okay. What are you studying here? What did you come for?
I'm doing my bachelor's in nursing.
Bachelor's of Nursing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Oh, very good. And what are you doing? Are you just carrying bags or are you helping?
Okay, more of carrying bags, but
Yeah.
I'm also a student. I'm also a student at Deakin
Yeah.
University.
At
Deakin University.
Deakin
Yeah.
University.
Yeah.
And what are you studying?
I'm taking a master's in data science.
In data science.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And do you guys come from a similar place or is it just coincidental that you're here at the same time?
Oh,
So that
Come on. Your mum and dad are here.
Yeah.
The real
Yeah.
story.
So it's an interesting journey because all of us, you've realized all of us are international students. So all of us did our application in Nairobi. So, but before we come here, there's there's a meetup that you have. The guys living coming to Australia. So that is when we meet with Agnes, because also coming to do a master's here, and she was coming to do a bachelor's here. So now coming to Australia, because I think I came earlier, coming to Australia, I realized, oh, we stay in the same house again. So that is how we met. And yeah.
Familiar face.
Yeah. No, yes.
So, are you here for just for a study visa? Is that what you're here for, or are you?
Yeah, currently we're on student visas. Yeah.
So did I hear you before saying you've just started not very long ago?
Yeah. I came in Australia in 22nd of February.
Okay.
So my uni started in March. So
So you've had
I've been
first
here.
semester
Yeah.
to second semester.
Yeah, I'm
First
almost done with the
semester.
second year.
So you both nearly got 2 semesters up your belt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
How long?
So mine is actually 2 years.
2
Yes.
Please.
Three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to work here after you take qualification part.
I'll work here.
You can work here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
When she gets a bigger voice. She's got 4 more semesters and she'll get a bigger voice. Tell these patients what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
Good. So why did you come to Lilydale Rotary?
So back in Kenya, as she said, I've always been talking about Rotary because I feel my whole part of university I was in Rotaract. In uni, I started as an international service director and the Rotary Club of Technical University of Kenya. That's why I said Rotary Club of TUK,
Okay.
Technical University of Kenya.
Right. So
Yeah.
you've had Rotaract experience.
Yes.
That's led you
Yes.
to Rotary.
Yes. So through that, I became the president of the club. And then after that, I transitioned into the district role as a ADRR, that is Assistant District Rotary Representative of Nairobi region. So I was in charge of 6 clubs. So now after I finished, and that is the time now I'm graduating from uni, and immediately I graduated, I came to Australia to do my master's. So now I didn't have any experience for the last 8 months because I didn't actually get any club to join. But I was actually in the lookout to see any that is actually close to me to come and join and see what really happens to have an experience of Rotary in Australia. Yeah.
Are you guys living in the area?
Yeah, I stay in Moorpark.
Moorpark.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been some of the big challenges coming to Australia this time?
So I think actually they're there, but now I have an optimistic mindset. So I think after some time you realize like, oh, I was not in my good mind of state at some point coming here. So the first thing I think is just settling in because there's a lot going on as an international student. There's school. Sometimes you also need to get a part-time job. There's also making friends, new people, learning new ways. So sometimes it actually weighs on you. You easily get into depression because most of my friends actually had a big problem of getting a job, balancing school also, with transport and everything because it's actually a different world compared to where we are coming from.
Yeah.
So I'll say adapting to the culture here, it's actually a problem. But after some time, you get easy with people. After interaction with people, it gets easier. Yeah, it gets easier with time. Yeah.
Because you do realise that we're all friendly.
Now, with Rotary, the reason why I was actually looking for Rotary because of that's the culture of Rotary, because of the guidance service of ourselves. So I expect to actually meet nice people in Rotary because the experience for me in Kenya, it was perfect. So yeah, and me being the president also idea, there's a way you try to create members to join your club. So you have to be as friendly as possible because it's university students. For if they're not coming to have fun in your club, they're actually not coming to be there. They're going to live and go somewhere else. So for me, coming to Rotary, I'll meet people that are actually nice to me, and it will be an easier way of actually saying.
And for you, Agnes, what do you think has been a challenge about taking up this, deciding to be a nurse, but coming to Australia to do your training?
For me, it was quite challenging because I came straight from high school to Australia, so I didn't really get that chance to grow up. Maybe say grow up. You're from being a child and then just thrown into the street, like you're all alone and like you have to figure it all by yourself. But yeah, no family. But I honestly feel like without Bramwell, I would have been somewhere else because it's been quite challenging. But Bramwell's been holding me down for like that whole time. Yeah, so.
Exciting that you're getting a lot more friendships with people that are studying.
Yeah.
Because generally people are very open.
Yeah, people are open. Even where I'm working, people are really friendly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's really helps me building my community. Yeah.
Oh, fabulous. Well, thank you very much for giving us a bit of your time, and I'm so glad you chose to walk through the door of the Lilydale Club. And we look forward to seeing you when you're available, between your work and your study and everything.
Yeah.
Be good to see you at something.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah. Getting there.
Oh, that's all right. I wasn't sure if it was sheep. No. Sorry.
No, the next thing I wanted to say was we've obviously had a real youth focus tonight, haven't we, Stephen?
Fantastic.
With, you know, with young people. Simon, Stephen.
Be Stephen tonight if you want.
Or hey, you.
So,
I used to get Michael actually.
somewhere in the background, you probably channeled this, even though you didn't know you were doing it. But to see youth development and to see these guys coming across the world to do it. And I think one of the things that we've got to acknowledge is that our connection with this local youth group has been because Ian has had a passion for it over the years, and Ian has kept his connection in the club, and he's been the Rotary representative for that club on our executives along the way, etc. And he's persisted in his loyalty to supporting them and encouraging us to do the same. And some of you, particularly newer members, may not realise, but in the past, we've also sponsored the membership for some young people to attend the group. And it's been done exactly the way as Simon said, where we've... Oh, I don't know. One of you is free.
You're going to go into the club too.
And then it's my husband that's got dementia. Just,
You're amongst friends.
I've got the doctor's certificate to say so. But it was done exactly that way, that the money was available and no one else knew anything about it, etc. And Rotary was able to support and hopefully make a difference to some young people's lives along the way. Yep. Okay. Anything else? Any more prompts? Anything else we need to do? Okay. Thank you very much for bringing along such interesting speakers for us tonight. I think unless there's anything else, we should declare the meeting closed. Everyone in a...
Ian's got some thoughts.
Okay. Yep. It's not on here. Go for it, Ian. Go ahead and do it.
Ian's got
Thanks.
thoughts.
Thanks,
Judith.
Nice. Already. Well, thanks, Madeline. And isn't it wonderful to turn up to Rotary meetings? We have so many special people turning up and fascinating people. Agnes, to come straight from high school, to come to Australia to learn, that's amazing. I think that's incredible. It's unusual for males to do that. I always find that females are more outgoing. They're prepared to travel and step outside their comfort zone. So well done. The Youth Club. I don't know if anyone is aware of our background with Youth Club. We help pay for that building that's down there, which is a shed. It's nothing fancy, it's just a shed. I think in the early days of Rotary, we put in, I thought it was about $50,000. I believe it was $30,000. So you can imagine our club donating that to help build that building. That was a big ask back before I joined. would have to be 35, maybe more years ago. Since then, we've 1980. Yeah, okay, it's a long time. But there was the previous brick building that was there well before that. That's the one we renovated. But look, I had a look around the room there last night and I thought this needs a bit of a tidy up now. So maybe I might be able to look at getting some assistance down there to maybe just doing a bit of sorting out down there. Summer, it's stifling hot. Winter, it's freezing cold. And I think that I've had a chat, and I think Michelle may have had a chat with my daughter, who's Bendigo Bank, see if we can get some funds together to help with something down. Last night when I was down there, I counted 84 people there last night. And that was after several people had left. The part of the boxing group had already left. But that included parents, though, not just participants. And I believe during the week they have something like 350, 400 people go through those areas. So it's well used. And I think that Lilydale should be proud of the efforts of Michelle, Steve, the rest of the training group down there, because they are so dedicated. It's just wonderful to go down and see how they interact with the kids. And I think kids were down there last night. I don't think they were 4. I think they must have been. I mean, they were tiny. And just to see them thoroughly enjoying what they were doing. They had their outfits on. They looked very professional, but they were having a great time. I think that if we can keep supporting the club in one way or another, I think that I've been on, I don't know how long I've been on the board, a couple of years, and I don't know how much longer I'll be able to keep going. So the club should keep thinking about getting involved. We don't get enough, and it's my fault. I don't come back to the club to report too much about what's going there, but there is a report there, the annual report from the club. Please have a look through it because it's just amazing what goes on down there. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. The only other thing I did wanted to mention, we talked about Rotaract before. At the moment, we have an ex-Rotaract student that we sponsored. It's over here in Australia now from Finland, Katri Kortenainen. I don't think anyone here would have been here when she came out. She's still living in Finland. She's married now, 2 wonderful children. And she's out here to visit one of the families that she stayed with while she was living over here. She's only here for a few days. Unfortunately, it's to say goodbye to it's to say goodbye to one of the kids. She has been out before. Yeah, she was out here about 5 years ago. She has herself a extreme autistic child. Yeah. But one of the kids that's here is Simon. Thank you.
Okay, I won't keep everybody any longer, but I just wanted to say thank you very much for our visitors for coming. Please come and join us again at whenever you're able. It would be great to see you again. And thank you very much for our speaker. It was very, very interesting, and so delighted that we've got something so wonderful happening in our own community, which is great. I just checked. My grandson is at Venture Gully, but absolutely loving it. So Yes, and he needs to expel that energy, so that's good. So unless anyone else has got anything they'd like to say, I'd like to close the meeting. Please stay safe, and we'll see you all in a fortnight. Thank you very much.